name is Claire Hagstrom, and I'll be teaching 2nd grade here in Fairmont. I graduated high school from Annandale High School in Annandale, Minnesota, and our mascot for high school was the Cardinals as well. I went to college at Minnesota State University, Mankato, where I played on the handball club team as well, which is kind of fun. And I did student teaching in Buffalo, Minnesota at Northwinds Elementary School. I graduated college December of 2020. I am very excited to be a Fairmont employee. The community seems awesome, and I'm very excited to meet the students, meet the families, get to know everyone around here. And I do have my parents, Angel and Steve, and then I have my sister Grace, who is younger than me and goes to St. Cloud State for criminal justice, and my brother, who Isaac, plays football at Bemidji State. I really enjoy weightlifting. I just got into bodybuilding recently. I went through a very big fitness journey over the past year and a half or so, and I just competed in my very first show and got second, which is kind of awesome. And so I will do it again in May. My reason for becoming a teacher is I think that students, that all students should feel like they have a voice and that they matter, and I like to bring the fun and the energetic atmosphere to learning to make it engaging and make it seem like it's not such a chore, and just to have students feel like they belong there, get something fun out of it and be engaged. And I just want students to have fun, and I just love like kids and getting to know them, and they have such big personalities, and it's awesome. That's why I want to be a teacher. They're just so fun to be around.
Hi, I'm Allie Van Brocklin, and I am a new 5th grade teacher at Fairmont Elementary. A-L-L-I-E, Van Brocklin, V-A-N-B-R-O-C-K-L-I-N.
And is there space between Van and Brocklin?
No space, but capital B. There might actually be a space. After getting married, my husband's like, I don't know if it has a space or not. So that's really. No, I'm from Blue Earth area grad. I was a 3-sport athlete. So I played volleyball until I was a senior. Then I switched to tennis. And Camille Driscoll, who's another 5th grade teacher, was my tennis partner. And then came over and did basketball. And then I was a golfer. After high school, I went and did a year at Augustana in Sioux Falls, and then I came back to Mankato and graduated from Bethany Lutheran College. I wanted to be a teacher since I was like 3. There really was never anything else for me. I looked around a little, but then teaching was what it was. Every day in teaching is new. It's active, it's always changing, and I love coming to work every single day. My husband is actually the boys' varsity hockey coach, and then we had a baby, and so he's 18 months, and having a little man completely changes your perspective. My hobbies are reading. I love to read. I love to kayak, be outdoors, and then spending time with my family. I like to fish off the kayak, and then we got a boat last year, so fish off the boat a little bit too, but it's better off the kayak, I think. You can have your fishing line out, and then you can read a book at the same time and wait for the nibble. Our son, Owen, loves riding the kayak now too. He just sits right in the middle, and then we'll pull up to the sandbars and those kind of things, and he gets out and walks around. It's all dinosaurs, trucks, and mud. His 3rd word, I think, was truck. It's like, mommy, daddy, truck. I want the students and parents to know that I'm super excited to be a part of the Fairmont School District. I'm definitely a student-first teacher, student-centered. I like to teach with that independence. I'm super excited, super positive to be here.
Hi, my name is Maddie Henniger, and I will be teaching 5th grade at the Fairmont Elementary School. I'm from Fairmont, so I graduated from Fairmont High School in 2017. So after I graduated, I spent my freshman year at MSU up in Mankato, and I spent my first year there, and I just decided that I needed a smaller school, so I transferred to Bethany Lutheran in Mankato, and I love the smaller knit community. I thrive in those type of environments. So I spent then the next 3 years there, and I graduated this last May with a degree in elementary education. I just finished my student teaching in Lake Crystal, Minnesota, in a 4th grade room and I loved it. It was great. My parents are Pete and Allison Henniger. I was born and raised here. I have one younger brother, Ryan. He graduated from Fairmont in 2020. He is going to be going to Waldorf to play soccer this fall, so that's really exciting for him. I have one dog. His name is Toby. He is not a people person at all. My whole family, people pleasers. We love people. My dog, not so much. He is a Shih Tzu. Yeah, that's why. I have always loved Fairmont. I love the smaller community. I love the people here, the familiar faces. They're always so friendly and welcoming. In high school and elementary school, I did not want to leave Fairmont. I did not want to go to college. I wanted to stay right here and live with my parents. I loved everything about it. I always thought that if I would go out, I would always come back, maybe teach, maybe coach. And then I went off to college and I was like, oh, the real world is great. There's so much to see out here. I'm not coming back to Fairmont. And then the job application came in. I'm like, oh, I'll just fill it out just for fun. We'll see what happens. Had the interview, loved it, loved the people, loved the faces, loved the teachers. And I was like, yep, I'm in. So here we are.
My name is Maggie Eiseminger. I'll be teaching kindergarten at the elementary school. Graduated from Fairmont in 2008. I grew up in Fairmont. I went to college at MSU in Mankato for elementary ed. After that, I taught 2 years at MCW teaching preschool, and then for the last 6 years, I've been teaching at the Catholic school in Medelia, teaching kindergarten. I've known that I've wanted to be a teacher since I was in kindergarten. I really like working with kids. I think I really love watching kids light up when they learn something, and like if they're struggling with something, I really like watching them light up when they figure it out. I think as I grew up, it changed progressively. Every single year I would say like, oh, when I was in kindergarten, I would say I want to teach kindergarten, then 1st grade, up into like 5th grade, and then I knew that I wanted to stick with the older grades, but it's always been what I've wanted to do. I've known for a while. I wanted to come back to Fairmont because it's the community I grew up in, and I'm really excited to be in the community I grew up in. It's fun seeing teachers that I had, and it's cool. I'm really excited to be back in Fairmont. I have 2 older sisters. I have 3 nieces and 2 nephews. I like to read. I like to go for runs and walks. I like to hang out with my friends. I'd like to tell the parents that I'm really excited to have their child in my classroom, and I hope it's a great year. I'm optimistic about how the year will go. I think the last few years have been super crazy with COVID, and hopefully this year will be somewhat normal for everyone.
My name is Mackenzie Cedarberg, and I will be a 6th grade science teacher here at Fairmont Elementary. I'm originally from Andover, Minnesota, and that's where I graduated, Andover High School. I played hockey there, and that's what led me to Minnesota State. And at Minnesota State, I got my degree in elementary education and with a certificate in STEM. I had my fair share of penalties. The game that we beat #1 Wisconsin, the Badgers, I got a 5-minute for elbowing. Yeah, it was not ideal, but we still won. That was the only time we beat Wisconsin of my 4 years at Minnesota State. After college, I just thought I was going to go back up to the Twin Cities, which is where I'm originally from, but I met a boy, and now here I am in Fairmont. I am an only child. My parents were not educators. My mom is in the business corps at Target headquarters, and my dad is a machinist, and so I will be the first educator from my side of the family. I will be the first to receive my master's. I will always make time for my puppy Cash. Right now he's 5 months old, and he likes to go swimming at the lake, and we like to enjoy time on the water. During the winter, I like to find some ice and go skating and play some pickup hockey. Other than that, I like to read, and I'm always down for a good Netflix or Hulu episode. I have been able to sub in and out of schools throughout since I graduated in December of 2020. So in January I started subbing, and I had a lot more opportunity here in Fairmont, and from the beginning I was just welcomed with open arms here. They were nothing but awesome, and they took me under their wing, and I showed up every single day and they're like, yep, we'll place you here, we'll place you there, anywhere, and they were just amazing. It was really hard just transitioning from leaving my hometown in Andover and coming somewhere that I knew nobody. So right from the get-go they were awesome and extremely helpful. I also had an opportunity to work with the 6th grade team for an extended period of time, and they were awesome. They were really, really great. And Kevin Christensen, who is retiring, or did retire, he left me with the message that's like, you could not walk into a better team, and honestly I 100% agree with that. I have a passion for working with students and kids. I find myself having a lot of high energy and create a creative mind, so my kids can feed off of that often. Maybe that's why I have a little bit of a chaotic classroom sometimes. Yeah, I just really enjoy working with kids and helping them find their utmost potential. I've had a lot of great role models growing up that have helped me get to where I am today, and I want to pay that forward.
My name is Olivia Knutson, and I will be teaching 4th grade. Yep, and come December, my name will actually change. I'm going to be getting married. Tyler Ben Scooter teaches here, or he's a new teacher this year, but I'm marrying his brother, Cody. Well, I'm from Wisconsin, just over the border, like north of La Crosse. So I'm from Arcadia. So it was the Arcadia Raiders, and then it was a big wolf. Makes zero sense, really, if you think about it, why wolf has anything to do with Raiders, but out of high school, I went to MLC, Martin Luther College in New Ulm, and that's where I got my elementary degree, and I got assigned to Prairie Lutheran School in Gibbon, Minnesota. I'm coming to Fairmont to marry Cody. Cody's from here, and he's got his roots here, and I've visited plenty of times to know like it's a good place to put roots in and to become a part of. My mom, her name's Janice, and she works at Ashley Furniture in Arcadia, and so does my dad, Martin. And I'm the oldest, and I have a brother. He's turning 23, and then my sister is going to be a senior in high school, and her name's Rachel. Well, I'm a cat mom. I have a orange tabby cat. His name's Felix. I adopted him when he was 4 years old, and after adopting him, I found out that he was born on my birthday. But I also really like to read and paint. I also do lots of board games. Like anytime I'm with my family or friends, like I want to whip out a board game. But I started recently doing like escape room board games. So they're basically like just a bunch of puzzles that you have to solve to figure out who done it. I'm excited to be here, and I'm really looking forward to growing as a part of the community, because I know that's a huge aspect of Fairmont, which is one thing I really drew me, besides the fact that I'm moving here to get married. That was one thing I was really looking forward to, is just the community and how much people are involved, and I'm looking forward to all my family's involvement and getting to know my students, and I'm really excited to get to know everyone on the 4th grade team and to work with all the other teachers too. And so far the people I've met are amazing and so nice, and I'm kind of choking up already. Everybody's so great. I think either you know you want to be a teacher from really young, or you work with kids and then you fall in love with it.
it's not hard to fall in love with teaching after working with kids. And it's amazing, and I want to be part of the reason why our next generation is so awesome. I want to lead them and grow them, help them grow into the best versions of themselves, and to be a part of that is why I'm a teacher.
I am Sarah Jensen, and I will be teaching preschool this year. I have 15 years of education in my background, all for 6-year-olds and under. I kind of like to say 6-year-olds are my jam. I grew up West River, South Dakota, towards the Badlands, and then moved East River our junior-senior year. And so I graduated from Volga and then came back to Volga for the last 7 years in teaching junior kindergarten. I say we, I have a twin sister. We graduated from Sioux Valley, Volga. We were the Cossacks, the Russian fighting warriors, because the Russians that had built the railroad system that came through town, a lot of them stayed in the community. So all the streets are Russian. There's Kaysen and a whole bunch of them. So of course our mascot is a Cossack. Then I went away to college in Aberdeen and to Northern State University, and then went for elementary. Thought for sure I was teaching 3rd grade. Then I fell in love with early childhood, and that's where I've been ever since. I'm married to Kirk Jensen, and we have 2 kiddos. Roman is 6 and will be in 1st grade, and he is everything robot and nonfiction as it gets. His idea of a good read is digging up ancient China or the Grecians. I mean, that's his idea of a good time. And we have a 4-year-old named Ruanna, who we also call Rooster. And she's fiery, and she loves everything princess. So I kind of get a variety pack when it comes to reading at bedtime. And she'll be going into preschool. My biggest hobby is I love to run. During COVID, I trained for 2 half marathons and ran the Jack 15 as a group. That was really fun. And I did all within, I think it was 3 weeks apart. So the next day I went into my classroom that Monday, and sitting down was painful. And one of my students, his dad's a coach, it was so funny. He said, "Mrs. Jensen, why are you so stiff?" And I said, "Oh, because I ran 13 miles, buddy." And he goes, "Nice." I'm like, yes, because he's such a coach's kid. But yeah, so that's my escape, if you will. That's my challenge, and that's how I feel strong. My brother-in-law, when I first started teaching, he gave me a little journal, and he said, "You have to write all the positive things, all the funny things kids say." And so at the end of the year, I had a notebook, and I would pour them all into the journal, and it's fat. It's 15 years of memories. Oh, there's so many things. I've loved kids, loved watching that aha moment when they realize something beyond just surface level, that sparkle in their eyes, like, I get this, I really get this. It's my favorite. And especially at this early childhood level, you get to see huge gains quickly, from not even recognizing their name to being able to write their full name. And so it's really fun to kind of see that. That's one of my highlights, is getting to see all the progress.
My name is Liz Quayback, and I will be teaching 4th grade at the elementary school. I went to high school at Detroit Lakes High School, which is like 5 hours north from here, northern Minnesota. So I graduated from high school in 2017, and then I went to college at Gustavus Adolphus College, and I just graduated from there this past year in 2021. So I student taught in St. Peter at North Elementary in a 4th grade classroom, but it was a really good experience. I had an amazing cooperating teacher, and we worked really well together trying to use new technology techniques and helping the kids feel welcome and engaged even with all the COVID guidelines we had to follow. I really love to run, so I ran in college at Gustavus. So I did cross country, and then for track I did like the 10K and the 5K. Yeah, I think it's 25 laps on the track. I can't remember. I just lose track as I'm going because I don't want to count. I love it. It's really fun. So it's fun to like manage your pace and figure out where you're at and how to push yourself to the limit. And right now I'm training for a marathon, so I'm really working hard on getting my mileage up. And then I also really love to like go hiking, so I really like going to like the Boundary Waters and the Duluth area and do some hikes up there. So I have actually a twin sister who looks exactly like me, and she is going to be a teacher too, but she's going to do Spanish. And then I have a younger sister who's going to be a junior in high school.
And then we have a dog, and his name is Junebug, and we call him Junebug because he eats June bugs in June. Like, he just eats a bunch of bugs for some reason. And he's really cute, and he's a golden retriever, and I love him. I've always wanted to become a teacher. My parents are teachers, and my grandparents are teachers, and my great-grandparents are teachers. And so I've seen throughout my whole life the effect that my relatives have had on students and seen how they can change their lives. And so I've always just been really passionate about it and wanted to make a difference. I'm just really excited to be teaching here because I think this area is absolutely beautiful, and I really love the emphasis on social and emotional health they have at the elementary school, and I'm just looking forward to meeting all the other teachers, and everyone has seemed so friendly already. I feel so welcome, it's just made me feel so at home, which I really appreciate.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Boujon, and I am the new director of CER, or Community Education and Recreation. So I graduated from high school, from Wilmer Junior Senior High School, who were also Cardinals. After graduation in 2000, I went on to pursue a degree, a bachelor's. My undergrad degree is in Recreation, Parks, and Leisure Services. So initially I had the intent of actually being a community ed director. Throughout the course of my studies, transitioned to event planning, and that's kind of where I landed after graduation, doing my internship with the Minnesota Vikings. And then after graduating in 06, I was looking for jobs and landed here in Fairmont with the Fairmont Convention and Visitors Bureau, or known now as Visit Fairmont. I've been there for the last 15 years, and I'm excited to join the Fairmont area schools. I pursued a Bachelor's of Arts in Recreation, Parks, and Leisure Services from Minnesota State University, Mankato. So I have a husband, Trent. Trent and I have been married for 15 years, and we have 3 boys. Lucas, age 9, who is just starting 4th grade. And then I have a set of twins that are 6. So Jack and Jace, and they are starting 1st grade. We have 2 dogs, Maggie, who is a German Shorthair Lab mix, who will be 15 in November, and then Sadie, who is a rescue, and she is a purebred German Shorthair, and she is 4. So I enjoy spending time with family. We enjoy playing games, watching movies, hanging out, boating in the summer, and utilizing our lakes. And yeah, just hunkering down in the winter. Community education and recreation has been a long time passion. I was involved with community ed and rec in late high school and early college, have served on the advisory board here in Fairmont for the last 15 years. And I just think it's extremely important that we as a community have opportunities and offerings for young and adult to continue educating and recreating our population, getting people connected, getting people out and about and enjoying new skills, new talents. It ties relatively closely with the position that I had previously coming from Visit Fairmont, and it was all about quality of life and promoting the quality of life that we had here to encourage people to come and visit and experience our wonderful community. And I now have an opportunity to continue that piece, promoting our community to local people, to local residents rather than to our visitors. I'm excited to continue that piece of lifelong learning for our community, and again to be able to connect the dots, to plug people in where their passions are. We're always seeking new instructors for a variety of courses, and so I think we're a collaborator, we're a connector. Our office really works to plug people in and find a source for education and recreation, regardless of age. I'm excited for the new role, the new opportunity. I'm excited to be a part of Fairmont area schools. And I look forward to what the future has in store.
My name is Brian Grensteiner, co-principal at the Fairmont Elementary School. Yeah, I'm a proud 1999 graduate of Fairmont High School. After high school, I attended the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse for my 4-year degree in secondary education. There I played football as well as coached football there for a couple of years, and earned a teaching degree and followed with a position in a middle school. Taught middle school for 10 years and coached all 4 seasons for 10 straight years. Loved every second of it. My wife's name is Jillian, and we have 3 amazing kids, Lewis, JC, and Owen. Jill and I have been married for 12 years, and she is also an educator. We are all things sports and fine arts. We love to participate in community events. We fish and camp quite a bit. We love music and just being outside with our family and friends. Our favorite place to camp is the Flying Goose in Fairmont. And so among other places, we like to go up north as well. But being from the area, the Hansen family does a great job there at the Flying Goose, and we just really love camping out there. We have rented some spaces from time to time, but also do some tenting as well. To my wife's dismay, we will tent once in a while. Last year I was the principal at Franklin Elementary School, and prior to that I was also a principal at Tri-City United Public Schools. The reason I became a teacher initially was because I just have a passion for supporting kids and families. I have a strong desire to serve in my community and give back to my community. That was the reason I got into education in the beginning. Never did I ever think I was going to be a principal of a school, but around my 8th or 9th year I got a calling to serve in a different way. I felt like if I could help create a positive experience for kids in the classroom, what would happen if I was able to serve an entire school community. And so that's really what led me to that after my 10th year of teaching, and lucky enough to be in my 8th year in the principalship. I just have a genuine desire to serve people, and this is an opportunity to do that, and I'm lucky enough now to be able to do that in the community that gave me so much. Fairmont is a special place to me, and the people here, I have a strong desire to serve and give back to all of those families that have given to me, and the families to come here as well. My parents are actually moving back here this coming spring, as well as I have my sister, her husband, and their 4 children live in the Fairmont area community here. So I'm very excited to be back here as a Fairmont employee for a number of reasons. Fairmont is truly my Notre Dame. I've been lucky enough to serve in a number of different places in the past, but at some point in life you have to ask yourself, where do you want to raise your family and who do you want to serve? And Fairmont is that place for me. And so though I've been blessed to be a part of many other people, places, and districts, this is home for me, and there's no greater gift than to serve your home community. And so that's why my wife and I decided to move back home. Yeah. To the students, the families, the staff here at Fairmont Area Schools, we are so blessed to be home. We are all in. Can't wait to work with each and every one of you, and go Cardinals!